Guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living, trying to get in the door here. It is drizzling on me right now. I was hoping it was just going to be a tiny drizzle, but it seems to be turning into an actual rain. Get the light on here. What we got done yesterday was take this bookshelf down that was here and put the coat rack here, since this will be the entry door. And I got one of the food carts in here. I might end up putting another one here so that they're accessible to the kitchen. And then of course the freezers are going to go here. Now we have to get a metal threshold for this lip right here. And then we're going to put a piece of the flooring that matches here on there. And then the metal threshold. So that'll look really good. And then I already have some trim painted, so I'll get Chris to cut that. I will do a piece here that's green like I did in the other corners. But we'll be able to get this all trimmed up. Now, we can't, we need to cut the steel. We cleared away enough space on the other side, I think. But we have to get the spray foam to do in here. So this will have to be spray foamed, cut the steel out, and then we can actually do a nice finishing job on the sort of sleeve that's going to go in between the two sea cans. So this wall looks really bare here now, but if you remember from an earlier video, I'm going to have a 4-foot cast iron rack shelving there for the cast iron, and the kitchen cart that we're working on, the butcher block one, is going to go there. Now, I think I had originally planned for the coat rack to still be here, but everything changes by the minute, by the day around here. So gotta get rid of this bed frame, either sell it or take it down to our boy in Calgary, because the freezers can't go here until we get rid of this, and then we can't put stuff in where the freezers are until the freezers are here. It just goes on and on and on. Just a domino effect. Now, I also was going to go out and trim the pumpkin plants today. I watched a video last night on how to trim the pumpkin plants, and I'm glad I did, because I thought, well, you just whack all the leaves off the way you do with the zucchini. No. The zucchini, you whack a bunch of leaves off, the ones that are laying on the ground, so that the sunlight can get into the zucchinis. But with the pumpkins, you take the vines off, not the leaves. So I'm glad I watched a video, but hopefully this rain won't last too long. It never seems to. So I'll be able to get out and get that done. And we got to move that big, huge piece of steel that's the cutout from this side of the sea can, and that's going to be... I'm going to hurt tomorrow, basically. I want to get all this steel stacked over by the barn where we've been clearing the straw away. We got the rods to put the solar array on out back behind the orchard, and these ones are even adjustable right here, which the ones that we got before aren't. So I'm going to have to get that done this week too. Now, once again, the last of the straw has to be gone from here so that we can put the steel there and then build the little shed for the generator, which is sitting here. So everything's where we don't want it. And then the rest of the steel that is against the fence can also go here. And that way we don't have to worry about it blowing over in the wind like it did just after we put it by the fence. These guys are going to freezer camp on Friday. Get that out of the way, one more big job done. And the reason we're doing it Friday is because Saturday the dump is open, so we can get rid of all the garbage. This was saying one of the little white hens was in here. I got my little baby egg. I actually got 3 little eggs and 1 big one from a lower box today, and that's really odd. They don't usually use the lower boxes. So that's good. Some of the younger ones, really. These, I think a couple of these guys might have to go to freezer camp too. See who's the biggest. This time I've seen the babies perching. They're getting big so fast. And it's raining, so Ruby's got them in here. Isn't that cute? You got your little baby. Oh, look at that white one, so dirty. Now, these guys are already getting prominent combs, which worries me. Like, could I possibly get 3 roosters? Yikes. Already have to get rid of a couple. I don't know, Ruby. So this is our problem. That's actually the pumpkin plant all the way over to the pickling cucumbers now. And look at this. They're like almost chest high on me. So apparently you're supposed to figure out where the main vine is and then cut the there are secondary vines and then tertiary vines, and you're supposed to cut the tertiary vines. It's an ocean. It's literally an ocean of pumpkin plants. And look at the blossoms. I'm supposed to cut some of the blossoms off. How do I know which ones? This is insane. So if we do look underneath here, let me see if I can find an actual pumpkin for you to look at. Where are you? I just saw one and now I can't see it. These are picky too, so I'm going to have to get some of my longer gloves. Oh, there's one. There's one. Oh, there's 2. So there's one there and there's one there. It's funny, it's like a little fort. You go underneath the leaves. There's another one over there. This is so weird. And this is where we've been putting all that straw, what I call the rot pile. Oh, for Pete's sake, guys. Moved a couple of the little evergreens that we got from Bob and Rita's because they were right here where we were back in the wagon, and I think it's the tractor that they are making such a big noise about. They're mowing the ditches. This is what they do when a strange vehicle comes around. It's the sound of the tractor on the road that's got them doing this. Is that not the ugliest face you've ever seen? Oh my goodness. You guys are so ugly. Who's the fattest? Who's going to freezer camp? Well, we got the straw out of the way. Now you can tell how it slopes there, so we're going to have to put some blocks in there under the one side of the skid. The skid's all rotted. It's going to the burn pile. And then hopefully we can get that steel moved over here. It's actually really nice and warm out. But just kind of drizzly. I think I might pull some of these onions and see if they're mature enough to pull all of them. Look at all the tops off them because of the silly onions. These ones are Spanish onions and these ones are yellow onions, and I really could use the bin for my tomatoes to go in the greenhouse. This one's red onions. This one's done really well. The ones over by the greenhouse I don't think are getting enough sun, so I'm going to move those pots out into the full sun. Well, first I've got to get this tape off of here. It was coming off, so we had to put some tuck tape on. Should have brought a knife, obviously. This stuff's almost impossible to cut. See if I can get a hold of something. Started on this side. This tape that came with the rooter pot goes over top of the outside because it's a little clear pot. Let's see. Hard to hold the camera and do this at the same time. Let's see if I can get this off. Nope, need 2 hands. Put the lid off. It's pretty solid in there. So now I just have to take off all the this tape that comes with it and try breaking this open. See if I've got a root ball. See if I can get that from this side. Oh yeah, there's the joint. Not. You can see some roots in here. This didn't work nearly as well. Now you can see roots growing. So I don't know if I should. Now you can see roots growing, but I don't know if that's enough. I don't think that's nearly as much as. What's it look like? Oh yeah, there's roots growing on this side. I just don't know. I think I'm actually going to leave that for longer. You can see the side that that was sloped that way. This side got all the roots because that's where the water was settling. So, and this side has hardly anything. So I think I'm going to leave it. There's lots of soil in there. I'm just going to leave it like it is and retape it, I think. Leave it another month. Now another project I want to work on. Yes, I cut these. Actually, Chris cut these and I made him keep them. These are all woodpecker holes from a single tree that in Ontario. So what I want to do is, or what I want him to do is cut these flat, this flat and the bottom flat, and then we're going to use bit to cut a hole in there, and I have a dish the right size that I want to sit in there to hold a pillar candle, to make this a candle holder, because I think that makes a cute candle holder. But then that's just me, apparently. People are making fun of me for this. It's not wobbly, that's the main thing. Now, I'll go get the dish so that I can show you what size of hole saw we need. So this little candle holder is just the right size for the pillar candle that I have. So I'm going to get Chris to put that down in the candle with, or the wood with a hole saw, and then that'll be nice and stable too. So now you can see the little dish is sitting in there nice and flat and firm. Just going to belt sand the top here, and then I'll go get the candle for it so you can see what it's going to look like. So there you go, guys. I'm going to vacuum this out a bit and get the dust all vacuumed out of it, but that's my candle holder done. And I think this is going to be a birthday present. Well, that's one little project done, a birthday present for a friend. I'll have this video done way after I give it to her, so I won't have to ruin the surprise. But I just love this. I like stuff where there's a juxtaposition between metal and wood, old and new, and of course this, something that's totally natural, found in nature, created by nature, and something manufactured that you wouldn't find in nature. I like putting stuff like that together, and I think it makes kind of a cool project. And I have 2 or 3 more of these in the sea can.